Hi everyone, I'm Miss Lydia from the Boston Library. I wanted to share today our spring craft that I had planned for April. These are the bunny pots. So they're pretty simple. I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to make them. If you happen to have terracotta pots on hand, that's ideal, but you can use anything that looks like a small flower pot. And if you have pom-poms on hand, that also makes it a lot easier. So I had a small black pom-pom, so I just made some matching feet to go along out of black felt and a little cotton ball. And then I took some pussy willows and forsythia and other flowers to decorate. You can use fake plants as well if you want. If you don't have pom-poms, there's an easy way to make them out of yarn. So if you do happen to have yarn, it can be any color that you want to make your bunny. You can make it by simply taking your yarn. You can wrap it around your hand just like this. And you're going to want to use a lot of yarn. So you're going to wrap it until you basically can't see your fingers anymore. Once you slide it off, you're going to tie a piece of string around the middle right there, all the way around the middle. Very tight, as tight as you can. So you end up with something that looks like this. You don't know if you can see in the middle there, it's tied, and then I have these loops on either end. What I do then, without cutting the middle string, this is the important part, you're going to take your scissors and cut the loops around the outside. So if we go through all of the different loops here, again, without cutting that center string, the entire thing will come apart if you hit that. You end up with something that looks about like this. Doesn't quite look like a round pom-pom. So then you're going to go back through. Sometimes you miss a few loops. You can go back through and cut those. You're going to go back through and trim it until you end up with a circle. So this is one that I've trimmed a little bit more carefully. You can see it looks a little bit more like a pom-pom. You can make them big or small. It just depends on how much of the yarn you use and how long you leave those. So if I went on and continued to trim this, I could make it smaller. And then I'm going to take, I had some extra brown felt that I used to cover up so that this looks like soil. I'm going to then simply place my pom-pom there. I can glue it in, and I have a cotton ball for my tail that I'll also glue on. Then the next part would be to make some feet. So I took some matching felt. Since my pom-pom, since the yarn that I had on hand is black, my rabbit's going to be black, so I found some matching felt. You don't have to use felt. You could use foam, you could use paper too, even construction paper or cardstock will work. I made some feet, and I made a matching one, obviously, so he needs 2 feet that are going to stick on the back. And then I used a hole punch to punch out some tiny little pink toes. You can also, if you want, as you see on this one, I made a little foot pad for him too. But you don't have to do that. You can just do the toes. And then I would glue those on. You can use hot glue, you can use Elmer's glue, anything will work. And then once we have our foot that looks like that, I would simply glue that onto the side of my pot, and then you can decorate with either fresh flowers. If you want to try to hide a little vase inside, you can. If not, you can use fake flowers, just about anything that you have. You can also, if you have paints on hand, decorate the pot. I've seen a few examples where people have used some decorative eggs to kind of stick in there so that it looks more Eastery. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll try to answer and give you any more detail that's necessary on the instruction. Hope you enjoy. Thanks. Bye-bye.